At dahil po ang ating mga mag-aaral ay mga kabataan na sinasabing pag-asa ng ating bayan, kailangan po natin ng youth formation. Kaya naman, ito po ay i-discuss. Ibibigay ko po sa inyo ang batang-bata, dalagang-dalaga at sobrang sipag na guro ng Baras Senior High School, Binibining Hazel Angeline E. Tesoro. Ma'am Hazel, take it away.
Hello, Ma'am Jonel. Maraming salamat po for your intro. Hello sa ating mga participants this afternoon. Ayan, so we currently have 80 people in the call. Ayan, thank you so much for staying. And now naman, we'll be heading you on to our next talk, and that is on updates on youth formation. So again, I am Hazel Angeline Tesoro. I am the school learning resource coordinator. So kaya nag-share ako ng konti about DepEd Commons. And then I am also the SSG advisor and the school youth formation coordinator. Ayan, that's why I will be sharing you updates on youth formation. And of course, maligayang pagdating sa Baras Senior High School, and thank you for choosing our school to start your senior high school journey. Ayan. So here are the Baras Senior High School teaching and non-teaching staff na syempre wini-welcome kayong lahat. Ayan. So moving on, ayan. So I'll be giving you nga yung ating youth formation updates for this school year. Ayan, 2021 to 2022. And let's move on. Ayan, so the updates that I'll be giving you ay part ng live stream session ng DepEd Youth Formation from the Central Office. So this is just a quick overview of the SSG Elections. So dahil na postpone at na-defer yung nakaraang elections, they opted to create yung guidelines nga. So these updates are from the DepEd and live stream of the general orientation on the Interim Guidelines on Student Government Elections. Ayan, so this is for our youth leaders and syempre sa mga students din natin in general. So if you are into student leadership, ayan, what to expect when joining SSG. So first up, we are of course to conduct yung ating mga student leadership trainings for the SSG and for other school-based or organizations and also for students in general. Ayan. And this is of course in accordance with the division and then the regional and the national levels, and then provided it is in accordance with DepEd existing policies. Ayan. So that's a plus if you are into student leadership and if you are very much involved with school projects, programs, and initiatives. Also, we are of course to conduct ating mga webinars and of course mga workshops on the basic provision of the psychosocial first aid or PFA. Yun nga yung kaninang nabanggit ni Sir July. And then this is for the student government and school-based org students as well as for students in general. Ayan. And all the others and all the other activities are indicated here dito sa ating mga recommended programs, projects, and activities for the SSG for this school year. Na ang syempre makikinabang ay ang ating Barasenyo learners. So what to expect pa rin in joining the SSG? So here, the Department of Education through the Bureau of the Learner Support Services and the Youth Formation Division issues the recommended programs, projects, and activities of the student government for school year 2021 to 2022. Ayan, this is also consistent with the plans that were presented with Sir Neil kanina during his presentation on the BELCP or the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan. Ayan, so the realignment aims to protect the health, safety, and well-being of learners through the establishment of the learner support systems that shall, of course, facilitate the provision of psychosocial support, health and safety measures, and, of course, remediation and enhancement to all types of learners. So you have to also expect these things, even if you are not part of the SSG, okay? Because we, of course, your teacher shall provide these projects and these opportunities for all of you. So as As the SSG officers, ayan, you are expected to lead and assist. Okay, ano ba yung lead? Okay, lead, of course, refers to the PPAs or the projects, programs, and activities that shall be organized and conducted at the school level by the SPG and SSG to ensure the participation of learners. So ang SSG is of course our leg sa school para maipahatid sa mga learners yung aming mga programs, projects, and initiatives. So parang sila yung middleman between the teachers and the school management to the learners. Yan. So, ito naman pangalawa, assist refers to the activities that shall be implemented at the school level with the support of the student government through physical or virtual participation. And dahil nga medyo tumataas ang cases natin ng COVID, medyo impossible pa yung magkaroon tayo ng face-to-face interactions. And with that, these are the activities under the lead and the assist. So the SSG officers are expected nga to lead and assist at the same time. So when we talk of leading, ayan, so we have student leadership formation programs. We also have peer coaching. We also have the IYD celebrated during August, though lagpas na tayo, no? We also have the National Children's Month and then the National Students Day. We also have the National Day of Remembrance for Road Crash Victims, Survivors, and Families, Core Values Advocacy, and School Level World Teachers Day celebration, and National Teachers Month celebration. So I'll be showing you more details later. And then for the assist part, ayan, so we have these activities that I will also show later on. So, ayan. So, we have peer coaching. We also have the National Children's Month. Ayun nga, this is celebrated during November. Ito yung legal basis why we celebrate the National Children's Month. And then the National Students Day. And we are also looking forward to that every November 17 of every year. Ayan. So, I hope you're all excited with the National Students Day. Also, we have the National Day of Remembrance for Road Crash Victims, Survivors, and Families that's commemorated every third Sunday of November. We also have the Core Values Advocacy, that which is already being conducted by the previous SSG. Ayan, so all of our programs, projects, and activities are anchored on the core values ng DepEd. Ano nga ulit yung 4 na core values ng DepEd? Paki-enter nga sa ating chat box. If you really are a true blue DepEd student, ano yung ating 4 na core values? Sige, I'll be giving 20 pesos load dun sa makakapag-enter. 4 kumpleto. Kumpletong core values. Ano yung core values natin? Paki-enter sa chat box. The 4 core values. Ayan. So, it was answered by Denmark Lucito and then followed by Jamaica Rose Delgado. Ayan. Congratulations, Denmark. Ayan, maka-Diyos, makatao, makakalikasan, makabansa. Though we always have to observe na ang maka-Diyos, we are referring to the one God, capital D siya. Okay? Thank you and please wait for my message para makuha yung Gcash mo. Okay, now, nasa na tayo? Core Values Advocacy. Ayon. So we use hashtags through our posts para pag na-click siya yung hashtag ng DepEd Core Values, lahat ng related posts about that core values ay mag-a-appear sa social media or doon sa platform that you're using. Ayan. So it's very important din na we know how to use hashtags because branding and of course yung ating social media marketing is also part of managing a student organization now that we are in the new normal and puro social media lang and mga online means yung ating gagamitin to reach out to other students na inyong mga kapamilya sa itong Baras Senior High School. So, also, ayan, we also have the World Teachers Day na ang nagpapasinayo talaga nito ay SSG. Ayan, so we're a month away from the World Teachers Day. So, ayan, we are all excited with that. And then you can also refer to the previous activities ng SSG para may, meron na kayong starting point on what to expect about these activities and conducting them. Ayan. So, ito naman yung assist part. Ano? So, to assist in the following activities, ayan, you are also expected to do that as SSG officers. We have the Global Hand Washing Day. Ayan. So, in coordination with the school health and nutrition personnel, dito ang kailangan yung katulungin or kontakin ay si Sir Dick at si Ma'am Dayan. And at si Sir July. Okay? Because they are dito sa school health and nutrition. And then sa Brigada Eskwela naman with Sir Mar Ocampo, ito naman sa ating early registration, ayan ang ating Brigada Eskwela and Opland Balik Eskwela Coordinator. We also have the children and adolescent health in coordination with school health and nutrition personnel, so still with Sir Dick and Ma'am Dayan. And then we also have the disaster risk reduction in coordination with the school disaster risk reduction management coordinator in the person of Sir July. So siya rin ang ating mental health coordinator. So ayan. So these are just a few activities kung saan kayo pwedeng mag-assist, but there are a lot more. Ayan, na syempre it depends pa rin sa inyong free time na pwedeng i-devote para sa school. So ayan. So ito na nga other reminders on the interim guidelines on the SSG elections. Ayan, this is actually the schedule of activities ayan relative to the elections. So nag-start tayo kahapon ng first day of school. Ayan. Happy first day of school nga pala sa inyo kahapon. Ayan. Belated happy first day. So now, we have here the important dates to remember. Zoom in ko lang para makita natin. So September 13 to 30, we are into the homeroom class organization election. So please expect that your class advisor will announce upon the go signal of our school head yung ating elections ng class officers, no? So syempre, we will be giving you time pa rin para makilala ang isa't isa. Kasi hindi naman enough na isang araw lang kilala niya, and we are still in the process pa rin of looking for other students na i-include sa GC kasi I guess hindi pa tayo kompleto lahat sa ating class group chats, no? So ayan, we still have until September 30 to do that. Next up, after that class elections, we will have na yung school-based SPG or SSG elections from October 4 to October 17. And then we also have some preparations for that, including the COMELEC, yung ating composition ng COMELEC. We also have the district division SPG or SSG elections at October 22 to 27. And then after that, we'll have the regional federation SPG or SSG elections on October 29 to November 9. And then the final stage, ayan ang National Federation or SSG elections. Isang malaking karangalan yung may student tayo na makaabot sa National Federation on November 13. And yon, I am also very proud to tell you na last school year meron tayong Baraseño student na nakapasok sa division level SSG Federation. So siya ay si President, si Pres Lawrence Paul Gutierrez, if you know him. Ayan. So he is the SSG president last year dito sa school and the division vice president naman ng SSG Federation. Ayan. And super proud kami sa kanya because he has achieved a lot during his term dito sa school and sa division. And he in fact hosted alongside with the president ng Division Federation yung ating a toast with the SDS ayan during our graduation day din. Nagsabay nga lang and then there are also two events. May mga meetings din na siya ang nagiging moderator. Ayan. And yon. So that's it. Ano pa ba? Also, another update, ito medyo off topic, but I'm also proud to share with you na meron tayong 2 Baraseño students na nag-volunteer na mag-host or maging moderator ng ating Reading School program. So that is a program rin ng Division Office and ito ay live stream sa FB page ng DepEd Division of Rizal. I just don't know if live stream din siya sa central office, but I will have to ask yung mga division youth officers natin. So ang ating 2 students na nag-volunteer ay si Elaine Angela Cruz from grade 12 ABM alongside her classmate na from that section din, si Mary Joy Gandia. Ayan, hello sa inyo if you're here. Ayan, Mary Joy and Elaine. So ayan, no? So yun naman ay September 30 gaganapin. So ayun, abang-abang tayo sa event na yun ng division office. Ayan. Barasenyo represent, ano? So now, ito will be having 2 modes of elections na pag-uusapan pa natin, and syempre, we will have to conduct a survey sa inyo kung ano yung mas makakaginhawa sa inyo if we will be using online platforms or manual elections. So we'll just be posting announcements on that matter. Ayan, and then we also have the electoral qualifications, ano yung kailangan yung meron kayo if you are planning to run for SSG officership. So, ayan. So, ito yung qualifications. You should be, of course, bona fide learners, and you must have no failing grades on the previous semester or grading, which is nice because dati kasi nung may face-to-face pa, ang qualification kailangan 85 and above. But syempre, tinanggal na siya ni DepEd ngayon to give more flexibility to learners. Ayan, syempre ang hirap ng pinagdadaanan natin na modular distance learning modality and distance learning in general. Kaya to allow for that flexibility, ayan, ito binago na ni DepEd yung guidelines and must have no failing grade on the previous semester or grading. Ayan, and syempre must be of good moral character kasi syempre you have to exemplify good behavior and of course moral character towards your co-students, ayan, and to the entire school community. Also must have not been subjected to any disciplinary sanction and must have submitted the SPG or SSG election packet. So SSG tayo kasi tayo yung higher sa high school, election application packet or EAP to be approved by a representative from the SSG Commission on Elections, which composition will be knowing about that later. So there. So ito na kasi may nagtatanong kanina, as early as 2 o'clock, may nagtatanong na kung ano yung qualifications for SSG. Eto na. So nasagot ko na yung question. So now naman, ano naman yung composition ng COMELEC? So for the COMELEC, so we need 4 members per grade level. Ayan, so dahil 2 lang ang grade levels natin sa senior high school, that's grade 11 and grade 12. So we'll be needing 4 students from grade 11 and 4 students from grade 12 to handle the COMELEC. Ayan. So, roles and responsibilities of the COMELEC. The COMELEC shall be, zoom in natin para mas makita nyo. The COMELEC shall be the only agency that will manage the electoral process of the SSG, and then its members shall be recommended by the current SSG advisor, that's me, and approved by the school head. Also, the members of the COMELEC shall select a chairperson among its members, and the chair naman, the chair of the COMELEC shall determine the conduct of manual or virtual elections in classroom and school level. So we'll have to determine that pa. And then the SSG COMELEC in general shall opt to utilize social media platforms to reach and engage more learners regardless of the modality of school elections to be utilized on the election activities. No problem naman na with the social media platforms because we already have existing ones na iti-turn over na lang sa inyo ng previous officers, including me as the advisor. So, ayan. Next up, roles and responsibilities naman of the COMELEC. As members of the COMELEC, you are expected to be responsible for the preparation of the school's virtual elections, including its campaign period. It's dapat walang apostrophe. Anyway, in the conduct of whether virtual or manual elections for both classrooms and school-level elections depends on the preference of the learners involved. So that is why, as I mentioned earlier, kailangan namin munang magpa-needs assessment sa inyo kung ano yung kailangan nating gawin na modality for the elections. But I also assume na ang lilitaw pa rin sa needs assessment ay printed ballots or yung ating manual elections, just because ang pinili nga ng karamihan sa inyo ay modular distance learning modality. And for one reminder from the speakers during this live stream event, kung saan ko kinuha yung screenshots na ito, kapag yung modality na pipiliin natin for the elections, kailangan accommodate lahat ng students. So if some of you have chosen online, kailangan lahat ng learners ay ma-accommodate online. Otherwise, we will have to go back to the manual means of elections. So, ayan. I hope everything is clear on that part. Also, aside from the components of the election paraphernalia that serve as the official candidates' primary campaign materials, they can do virtual campaign provided that they follow the rules and regulations set by COMELEC. So ito, I will have to give you an idea as well kung paano yung nangyaring virtual campaign, kagaya nung ginawa ni Pres Lawrence back then for the division elections. And we'll reserve that dun sa orientation natin sa inyo some other time. And ito naman, very quick na lang, ang ating COMELEC chairperson shall uphold the mandate of the organization. Accordingly, he or she shall put into practice the duties and responsibilities attached to the position as included in the Constitution and bylaws of SSG in secondary schools. Moreover, he or she shall oversee the created additional activities of the COMELEC this school year related to the conduct of the elections, provided that these are approved by the school head and the division youth formation coordinator. So we all have to seek pa rin yung approval ng ating school head, syempre, at ng ating division youth formation coordinators. We have Ma'am Ria Masangkay and Ma'am Creeper Valmonte. Next up, ayan, we have the duties and responsibilities of the SSG elections. Specific responsibilities lang ito, in line with the election. So they shall undergo a parallel school-based training on the basic skills of leadership, roles, functions, and responsibilities of a leader. The newly nominated SSG advisor shall supervise the implementation of the said training in cooperation with the previous SSG officers and advisors. And the teacher advisor naman, on my part, that's me, to supervise the implementation of the said training in cooperation with the previous SSG officers. And ito naman, responsibility ng school head with regards to the elections. The school head, upon the proposal of the members of the SSG Commission on Elections or COMELEC, with the recommendations of the SSG COMELEC chairperson, he or she may issue additional guidelines on the SSG Standard Election Code consistent with the revised constitution and bylaws of the SSG in elementary and secondary schools to ensure fair and successful conduct of the said elections. Ayan, so that is why you have to wait for further announcement. Ayan, tatlo yung aantayin nyo from me and from us, your teachers, from Baras Senior High School. 1 is the final schedule of school-based election activities. Second is the orientation on election procedures and processes. And then third is the final submission or when to submit your election requirements. Ayan, I'll be ending this talk with words to ponder. Gamitin ang ating puso, galing at talino sa tamang paraan. Ayan, so before that pala, I have an opportunity alert. On October 1, 2021, merong live stream session sa DepEd Youth Formation page. Ayan, so ito yung link nila, facebook.com/DepEd Youth Formation, or you may register via www.blssyfd.weebly.com. Ayan, because this opportunity is for you, for all of the learners in the Department of Education, naghahanap ang DepEd ng Microsoft Youth Ambassadors. Ayan, so Ayan. So sana merong mag-apply sa atin na Microsoft Youth Ambassador sa para sa inyong kaalaman, ng inyong lingkod po ay isang Microsoft Education Ambassador as a teacher. Pero ito ang hinahanap ni DepEd, student na magiging ambassador ng Microsoft. So sana lahat ay makasali or meron man lang sa atin na makasali at makapasa sa qualification. So expect na meron din itong interview ng DepEd at Microsoft Philippines. Apart from that, ayan, very quick lang din, also expect na as learners ng DepEd, this is also part of youth formation, kayo ay magkakaroon ng Microsoft 365, but 376 ang nakalagay. Anyway, 365 accounts. Okay, so that is Microsoft 365 accounts from DepEd. Yan. Okay. Microsoft 365 account. So, upon activation of your account, you will enjoy 1 terabyte storage times 5 users times 5 devices each. Okay? So, you can share that to your family members as well. So, ngayon, you will also enjoy the perks of an Edu account from Microsoft at ang halaga niyan ay $3.25 a month times ilang learners kayong lahat sa Pilipinas, as compared to a free basic account na merong limitation, syempre. So, some of the perks, ito, free similarity check to documents para you can avoid plagiarism, and then online real-time collaboration with teachers and your classmates. So, there. So, meron tayong karagdagang 3 announcement na aantayin nyo. So, kung kailan namin ide-deploy yung accounts. Also, kailan din yung orientation on the use of the Microsoft 365 learners accounts. And syempre, webinars for students on maximizing Microsoft 365 accounts. So, ayan. So, para maka-feed kayo or receive kayo ng Microsoft updates from DepEd, you may just follow these pages. Ayan, we have DepEd My Tech Talk and then DepEd Minecraft Champions. Ayan, so last month para naghahanap ako ng students na interesado sa Minecraft, kasi naghahanap ang DepEd dun sa kanilang Facebook group nang pwedeng join sa Minecraft. Okay? So, that's it. And yan, check out our socials. That's DepEd Tayo Blue Rizal, Baras Senior High School for updates regarding our school. And then Barasenyo SSG, that's our official page ng SSG. And then DepEd Tayo Youth Formation Baras Senior High School R4A, that naman is for youth formation activities ng Baras Senior High School. This logo was created by Krisha Nicole Gonyo, ang aming dating public information officer. And with that, ayan, thank you very much and see you around. For questions, we'll be handling them later in the question and answer portion. Thank you.
Thank you very much po, Ms. Hazel, sa mga ibinigay ninyong information sa amin, pati sa ating mga estudyante.